Last week, last class, I asked you read cases, Rochester Manufacturing, and the Wild Kochi cases. Have you read? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anybody can answer this question? How about Joshua?
Yeah.
What do you think? If you are a production manager, then what is your decision? Go for it or not?
Sorry, you cut out at the end. Could you repeat what you said? I just didn't hear you. It cut out.
You can read this one, right?
Okay, yeah. First question.
Case, and then what do you think? If you are a manager of the company, then what is your decision? Adapt the FMS, the flexible manufacturing system or not for the company?
Yeah, I was kind of in the boat of adapting the FMS. If they can, if they could, you know, maximize their space and cut down on their machine usage, that they would be able to work at a higher rate and bring in more profit.
But the concern about this, the payback period is 5 years.
Yeah.
It says less than 5 years, but it can be long. And then how about the investment, right, $30 million?
Yeah, and the startup costs.
Yeah.
Basically, if there's, you know, room to find ways to make savings, like they said, with the inventory, you know, that could kind of play into it, but it could end up paying off.
Yeah.
That time.
Andrea, do you have any opinion?
So I kind of share the opinion with Josh that they should go for the FMS. I think the payback is not really short, but I think in the long term, it could be beneficial for the company. They're reducing the personnel, they're reducing the number of machines. There are also other savings involved if they change to FMS. So the payback is not as quick as they could anticipate, but I think in the long run, it could be way more beneficial.
Okay, thank you. And how about Debia?
I think FMS, they should go with FMS, and it is beneficial for them.
You all are like risk takers. Yeah. Yeah, the background of this company, you know, based on this case, it says the company's products is like high variety and low volume manners. This one means, you know, many different types of product that the company produce, but each product type, the volume is low. So this company needs customization. So I think because of that circumstance, the machine utilization is only at 10%. That is problem. So they consider adapting FMS. And then consultant said many benefits, like machine. Currently, the company has 15 machines, but then it cut down to 4 machines. So machine cost may be lower, definitely lower from 15 to 4. And then the labor, currently 15 employed need, but after adapted that FMS, then only 3. So labor cost save. And then space from 20,000 square feet to 6,000. So the company may use the remaining saved space to use for other purpose or sell out. And then the throughput time, the production time from 7 to 10 to 1 to 2 days, very quick. So, but then the problem is 3 million investment, and then return. The payback period is 5 years, because ROI is now only 10 to 15%. So I think, my opinion, if I'm a production manager, then I cannot decide myself. I need a financial office, and then other related departments work together. But I can recommend, because of many benefits. So my recommendation also, we want to go like a forward. I saw similar cases when I was in Alabama, Hyundai. Hyundai main company, and then the related subsidiaries. One of the subsidiaries name is Glovis. Glovis handle inbound and then outbound part, inbound part, and then outbound the final product. So after finishing Hyundai product, and then they inventory on shipyard in that company, Glovis. And then dealers or customer ask, then send the cars. And then like a shipyard, that is like parking lot, like. Then they, if the dealers ask such model, such color, and so on, then they workers go out shipyard and then find whatever cars, and then send out like that. Before they use certain technology, they I remember about 10 workers work, but the company decided adapted technology, RFID, radio frequency identification, RFID, yeah, identification something. So after using that RFID technology, the company cut the employee to 3. So before using the technology, 10 workers worked, but after adapted that technology, then only 3 workers need. So labor cost save, and then retrieving time shorter. Similar to this case. If the company, if I'm a manager, then I can recommend with this emphasize like the faster the throughput time, shorter throughput time, and then inventory reduce and so on like that. So, but as a single department manager, I cannot decide, but we can recommend like that. Okay. Any addition about this? How about next case? Will the coach case? Why do you think major auto manufacturers do not build ambulances? Connection bad? What do you think? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Sometimes it's stable because many people use the Zoom. Maybe that is so. Sometimes I can see a sign like the network is unstable. Yes, time to time, sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's unstable. Okay, what do you think? Major manufacturing, auto manufacturers, repetitive. The same cars produce same cars again and again. So line types, the assembly line type. We'll talk about layout later tonight. But the same, the company's product environment is like a custom made. And then it says unique. So this company need produce product customization. So such customization environment is harder to use that mass like mass production technique or layout, whatever. So major manufacturers usually don't make such an ambulance type like a unique customized product. That is why major auto manufacturers don't build ambulance. And then what is an alternative process strategy to the assembly line that World Coach currently use? Do you have any opinion about this question? Maybe not.
I thought the one that was probably closest to what they use could be the customization focused one.
Yeah,
but I think the assembly line applies more for their case.
Now, even the company need produce customized product, custom made, and then unique. So that means many different types, and then each volume low, the same situation as in the earlier case. So, but this company use assembly line type. Line type layout is not good for the customized product. So we will talk about this one, this question after or during the lecture tonight when we talk about layout. Okay. And then before, by the way, we will cover 2 chapters. Chapter 8 and 9 tonight. But before go to the lecture, the chapter, I want you to read a short case about FedEx here. This short case is on Moodle, so you can download this case or just read on the screen if you can see. You can see the FedEx case now, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, thank you. So let's read this case first. You've done read? Okay. Okay, FedEx chose Memphis as its super hub. And then in Paris, for European hub, and then Asian hub in Guangzhou, China, and then Latin America hub in Miami, and Canadian hub in Toronto. So it's like I bring up the map. So Memphis is in Tennessee, somewhere here. And Central America hub in Miami. And Canadian Toronto here. Toronto is here, yeah. And Asian hub in Guangzhou, about here, near the Hong Kong. And then France, here, Paris, here. And then it says the case says why was Memphis picked? So first reason is it is located in the middle of the US. You know, if the company chose the location only with the single factor, the location, the middle of United States, if use only that factor, then Kansas City is the middle of the United States. But Memphis is here. This one is rather south and then closer to the east. But another more factors to decide the location. It has very few hours of bad weather closure. And then for the flight safety, Memphis is better than Kansas City. And then another factor or criteria, it provided FedEx with generous tax incentives. So Memphis is was chosen as the FedEx super hub. So like this. So when they choose location, then they use many criteria or considerations like this, like a distance to go somewhere, and then the weather, tax incentive, and so on. So let's go to our PowerPoint. Location strategies. This one is one of 10 strategic decisions in operations management. The strategic importance of location, one of the most important decision a firm makes. This one is one of 10 strategic decision. And increasingly global in nature because now our business is globalization. And then maybe if it is not globalization, the business environment expands. And then significant impact on fixed and variable cost. So cost, fixed or variable cost, depending on what location, the cost different. And decisions made relatively infrequently. That means long-term decision. So not frequently decide, build a store, open store, or build a plant, and so on. So once committed to location, many resources and cost issues are difficult to change because this one is long-term, and then they use like a fixed cost and so on. So the decision is long-term and then very important. General issues in facility location, when they decide location, they should consider these issues. I think you experienced something like when you go store, then when you pay, then the clerk asks you your zip code. Have you been asked? That means the store consider open new store somewhere. So they try to find the proximity of customer, where customer are more like that. So customer is important, and then total cost such as fixed cost and variable cost, and labor cost, and so on. And then quality of labor. Even location is attractive, but then like high-tech company, they need high-tech workers. But if it's harder to get higher labor, then maybe it is the location as a location not good. And other facilities such as suppliers, suppliers and other facilities and political issue and trading bloc like NAFTA, North America Trading Association, and so on, agreement and so on. And then what is the condition of hosting a community and business climate and infrastructure like the highway, railway, port, and so on. And government barrier, free trade zone, environmental regulation, and so on. Comparative advantage too, like if there is competitors in that area, and then how hostile and so on. Okay, location decision, country decision. What factors now? If we go like international market or international build a plant in other country, then what can be consideration or factors? So many cases political risk. There is like some country in South Africa and South America, the political condition is not stable. That case, business we invested and maybe sometimes pull back and so on like that. Government rule, attitude, incentives, and then culture. Culture, very important. You know, in Atlanta, there is a Coca-Cola company, and then there is kind of how can I say it? Small theme park type. If we go there and then we can drink Coca-Cola, the world Coca-Cola. Not the same. The Coca-Cola in Korea, Japan, China, and so on. Different taste. Divya, how about your country? Coca-Cola is the same as United States Coca-Cola or not?
Yeah, it is the same. Yeah.
Is the same?
Yes.
Do you mean taste the same? The
Yes.
taste is the same? Wow.
Yeah. That.
Mm-hmm. You know, in Korea, the Coca-Cola taste is different. And then maybe Japan different. China, Coca-Cola, the same Coca-Cola, but taste different. Because their Korean taste different, the Chinese taste different. So to match their what they like, so change a little bit. So it's like that. Culture or their taste different. Then company use different taste and product and so on. And location of markets, labor talent. Like India, many American tech company in India, because Indian your countries the labor quality is focused on that area, and then high tech people, many high tech people there. So many companies, American company and Korean company go Indian market and Indian build a plant there, and many things like attitude, productivity, and so on. And then availability of supplies, communication, and energy. Exchange rate is important because the nation to nation are different trading. So when consider open new market or new store or build a plant, then in other country, then we should consider these things. And then region or community decision, smaller than national decision, like region south, west, northwest, the different regions. Then consider these things. Similar, like proximity of customer, then cost, regulation, labor, and so on. And then site location, certain place, specific place, site size, and the cost, and infrastructure, and then restriction, and then proximity of service applies, and customer, and environmental impact, such as the regulation of the environment too. And then this one also says about customer, demography, and so on. You know, yeah, so many cases, they consider different factors for specific purpose like a plant or something store. So we consider factors like this. Okay, when we decide location, we can use many methods. One of them is factor weighting method or system. Other textbook call this method as factor weighting systems. An approach for selecting a facility location by combining a diverse set of factors. Steps like this. First, develop a list what factors are important, and then depending on importance, given the weight like this. For the certain site, this company need the most important factor is fuels in the region. So highest weight give, then power availability next, and then labor next, and so on like this. And then based on these factors evaluate each location. Like if there are multiple candidate locations, some of the scores, and then the higher or highest scored location is the winner like this. So actually, in real world, this method is used. Recently, I saw the case in Korea. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Korea. I will bring up the map of Korea. Korea is kind of peninsular, and then here Japan. And then capital city is Seoul, and then the major airport is here. The city name is Incheon. It's the major airport in the island here. And then another major airport in south. The city name is Busan. And then Busan need either way expand the existing airport, or the customer expand. So the existing airport need to expand or build a new location. So this city decided to build a new one. So one in somewhere in island, and then somewhere in inland. So two locations using this factor weighting system or method. So develop considerations based on what is importance to build an airport. So many factors like an open space, and then how customer can accessibility, and so on. But still, the city cannot decide on final location yet. But the city use this factor weighting method or system to decide the location for the new airport. And next, transportation method of linear programming. This one, we will talk about this one later in certain chapter. But this one, it's like that. If there are multiple destinations, then how match where from where to where, like that. So in terms of minimize distance, minimize cost, and so on. So using many computer software to decide that kind of problem. There is no transportation method. We will talk about this later. So anyway, transportation method. And then a center of gravity method, or other name is a centroid method. It's like that there are existing, who will, maybe I can use this annotation. You know, in our area near Scranton and Wilkes-Barre and so on, then 81 like this. I don't use the and then Wilkes-Barre here and Scranton here, and then near here Hazleton. Then Walmart, one here, and in Wilkes-Barre, and not exactly in Scranton, Dixon City, and then somewhere Piston, one here, and then somewhere here Walmart, like this. So there are existing stores here and here. Then if Walmart needs distribution center, then where is the best place? Simply, if they can choose somewhere in middle or between, then distance-wise, the best place for a distribution center for existing stores. So that case, we can use this centroid or center of gravity method. Just now we'll erase. Sorry, it takes long. Okay, if there are some existing locations in Thousand Oaks, Glendale, La Habra, Anaheim, Long Beach, those are locations in California, Southern California. And then each location need 1,500, actually million, but without a million, just 1,500 gasoline. Anaheim need 250 and so on. So based on their need, if they need like a distribution center or warehouse, then decide that location using this centroid or center of gravity method. Using this formula, x coordinate of center point, y coordinate of center point. So if we have x and y coordinate for each existing locations, then using that x and y and then this what they need. So some of the companies the existing locations x coordinate times what they need, and then sum of all location divided by all what they need. And the same as for the y coordinate. So using the formula, don't worry about. I will not give you assignment or any test for this one. Just to let you know, we can use this kind of method. So first location, Long Beach. X coordinate is 325. And then volume, this location need 1,500 plus next location, Glendale, no, Anaheim, X coordinate is 400 times Anaheim's volume need 250 plus next locations, Le Havre, X coordinate is 450 times volume 450 and so on, and divided by add all volume. Then the x coordinate for center point or centroid is 308. Y coordinate for center point is next first locations y coordinate 75 times 1,500. Next location y coordinate is 150 and volume need 250 and so on, and then divided by total volume they need, and then 217. This is center points, x coordinate, y coordinate. So finding distribution center or warehouse for existing location. Okay, that is centroid or center of gravity method. And then nowadays, to decide locations, there are so many friendly calculation, it takes forever. So many cases we use a computer program such as a geographic information system. So using a computer program, then based on what factors, then we can calculate or decide the location using computer program or software. One of them is GSI, Geographic Information System. Okay, that's all for chapter 8. Chapter 9 is layout strategy. We use now 50 minutes. Okay, take a 10-minute break and then continue chapter 9. Okay, so come back 7 p.m. Okay, I'm back. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. This is kind of an assignment. No case. This from this today's class, no case. I will not give you a case. Instead, I will give you a discussion assignment. It's kind of team assignment, individual and team assignment. This time, because Tracy is not available tonight, Divya,
Yes. Yes.
can you be leader of this assignment?
No problem.
Okay, because you took my, it was it research or methodology?
Yes, it was research methodology.
Okay, good. So individually, it's kind of research.
Okay.
You know, along 81, I will bring up drawing board. You know, along 81, I-81, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and Hazleton, and the many small cities connected. And then down, and then I saw many between Wilkes-Barre and somewhere here. I saw a big kind of storage facility distribution center. And then when I go down along 81, then so many distribution facilities, warehouses. So we call NEPA, right? Northeast Pennsylvania. So this moment, I will bring up map. And I don't know why, but tonight's network is not fast. Okay. Looks like this, and change to a satellite map. Oh, very slow. So in northeastern side in Pennsylvania, so many warehouses. So research why so many warehouses locate in NEPA, northeast side of Pennsylvania. So individually answer, ask you how many, how much, but as much as you can find the reason why warehouses locate in northeast Pennsylvania. After that, Divya,
Yes.
I will send you other students' email address.
Okay.
So contact other students and then conduct discussion meeting. So using Zoom or WebEx, Google, or something else, whatever you can use and others use. Maybe
Okay.
Zoom is okay. Do you have a Zoom account? Your
Yeah.
individual Zoom account? Then you may use the Zoom. So invite meeting. Ask when other students is okay. So after research individually, and then later like a group ask a group meeting, and
Okay.
then meet virtually, and then make one locate in the northeast side of Pennsylvania. Why so many warehouses in northeast side of Pennsylvania?
Oh, okay.
So you can use internet information, or if you know somebody related to the warehouse, then you can ask. So using whatever resource, then maybe find them one, two, or couple of reason. Then make one like a list statement. Then you don't have to send me, but then not next class, not Thursday, next Tuesday. So a week later, we will discuss about that.
Okay.
So Tracy will watch this recorded tonight's lecture class. Then she will know about that, okay?
Okay.
So this time you lead this group discussion, and then next time maybe somebody and so on like that, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then next, chapter 9 is about layout strategy. Layout is important. Many will in this drawing board again. Oops. I don't know why. Tonight's network, everything is slow. Why, I don't know. Every condition is not good. Okay. Now, I came to the Marywood University 3 years ago, 2017. And then my office is the McGowan building 1048. So when I came, then my office, oops, why is, so when I came, then the table placed like this, and then round the table for students here, and the door open like this. And then a bookcase here, and then a chair here, and then 2 chairs for a student like this. But I changed table, and bookshelf is the same. And then place on the table here, my chair here, then 2 chairs here, then doors still open like this. So before I change the space here, like a dead space, then enter, and then when go there, and then sometimes hit the edge of the table. So to access to my chair, the path is narrow. But after change, by the way, here a cabinet here. So first, to access to my chair, space is wide open, and then when a student come, and then like tutoring, then it's closer the distance. But here somewhat not convenient. So after changing layout like this, then I like so this one is kind of layout decision. So when we lay out something, then we should consider many things. Anyway, layout is one of the key decisions in management, operations management. It's one of 10 strategic decisions. And it established on organizations, comparative priorities and regard to capacity. Using capacity maximize, sometimes for the best operating level. And then process, flexibility, and then cost, and so on. And also customer contact. So after change my office layout, so kind of customer contact, student contact, and then process, and flexibility move. I'm not sure about cost, but many things better than earlier layout. So in terms of layout, change it and the layout is better. So when we design layout, we should consider these things. Utilization, improve, space and equipment and people, and then improve the flow of information, material, and people too. Improve employee moral and safe working condition, and improve customer interaction, and then flexibility. So consider these things when we design layout. And then types of layout. Process-oriented layout, job shop style. And this one, process-oriented layout and work center or functional layout is similar. Because those layout for like a customized product or customized service and so on. So similar. So office layout, retail layout, warehouse layout, they are similar for the customized product or service. The assembly line type, example is product-oriented layout, such as mass production, the same one produced again and again. The manufacturing cell layout, other name is cellular layout. So work cell layout, we talk about in detail later. And then project layout, build something big one, so fixed product and then equipment around that product. So one by one. Process-oriented layout, low volume and high variety production. So this kind of production environment circumstance need customization. So for this kind of product or service, process-oriented layout is good. Then we call this layout as job shop style or intermittent production layout. This process layout looks like for shoemaker. last week when we talk about this customization, then shoemaker example, then a store or a facility equipment to make something, then certain worker work for this, and then like this. Then not all process need. Maybe this one need, and then next one, different paths, something like that. So if it is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 process, then type A need 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe B need 2, 5, 7, 8, and so on like this. So each product needs a different process. So we call this process-oriented layout. And then office layout, positions, workers, their equipment, and space office to provide for a movement of information. So example of office layout. Office type, like a different department type, workstation type. In certain space, maybe different departments, office, maybe financial office and accounting office and marketing office and such office. Then process need maybe the financial department information goes there and then goes there, and then marketing and done. Certain decision need this office, and so similar to like this. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then certain process need 1, 3, 5. Certain one need 2, 4, or 6, something like that. So different process, similar to process-oriented layout. Next layout is retail, and warehouse layout is similar. Allocate display space in response to customer behavior, and then address the trade-off between space and material handling. So retail store, like aisle type. So here somewhere like daily or produce, and then some, so I similar one like this. Then a customer come in, and then grab one here, and then out. Maybe go there and then out like this. So this one is the similar, like at aisle 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a customer come in and then aisle 1, aisle 3, and then out. Another come in 2, 4, maybe 3, and so on like this. So similar to process-oriented office layout and so on. And then example of the warehouse looks like this. And then maybe inbound and then outbound different. Inbound dock, and then place it here, and then later go out, and then the warehouse also same as like a retail store, so aisle type, and then inbound, then place it here, and then go out, maybe here, and then go out. So this one is similar to process-oriented office layout and then retail layout. And then product-oriented layout, usually line type, and then for the repetitive product or continuous flow product, so line type. And for this one, assembly line balancing is important. Assembly line balancing. Yes. It's like capacity things. If there are multiple workstations or jobs, and then this one need like 1 minute to complete, 2 minutes, and then this one need 2 minutes and 1 minute. Make it simple, 1 minute and 2 minutes. Then, if there are 3 workers, then divide these works. So combine these two, and these two. So work one by one like this. So the workstation balance, it needs 3 minutes, it needs 3 minutes, it needs 3 minutes like this. So if there are multiple works, and then the limited resources or like labor, then how can allocate? So divide or combine based on the balance. So this one is assembly line balancing. So we will talk about this one with number calculation later. So just let you know this time for product-oriented layout, such as line type, then assembly line balancing is important, or the capacity balance is important. And work cell layout. This one, work cell layout, make a cell. Then this one usually from this process, office, retail, warehouse layout we can like improve the flow of material information and so on by using this work cell layout. So we'll show you how improve. Earlier, office type layout, many different types, but each type's volume is not many. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So type A need, let's say 1, 2, 5. Type B need 1, 2, 6. Type C need, let's say 3, 4, 5. D need 3, 4, 6 like this. Then using group technology, a philosophy in which similar parts are grouped into families, and the process required to make the parts are arranged in a specialized work cell. So first, group with similar part or process. So from workstation type or office type, layout, find some similar or common process. AB, common, 1, 2. CD, common, 3 and 4. And then 5 and 6. So make cell like this. One cell consists of 1 and 2. Another cell, layout 3 and 4, because they are 3 and 4, and then one more, 5 and 6. So type A come, send 1 and 2 cell, then go out like this. Type B, 1 and 2 cell, the same. CD, like this. Before using this group technology and cellular layout, then A come 1, 2, and 5, and then out. Maybe if there is no exit here, then 1, 2, 5 and out. B 1, 2, 6 and out. And then C come 2, 3, 3, 4 and then out. And then C, D 3, 4, 6 and out like this. So this case, before using this cellular layout, the path is very complicated, and then the moving distance is far. But after using this group technology and cellular layout, then path is very simple, and then distance is shorter, so move fast. So that is the cellular layout. You know, earlier the case, this one. The second question, what is an alternative process strategy to the assembly line that will coach currently use? So The answer for, to this question is using cellular layout. So it looks like this. The regular assembly line, and then if they are the same process, then go along the process, and then later make cells, and then for this customization, send this cell, send this cell, and then send this cell, and then like type A, type B, type C, and so on like this. So using a cellular layout, we can, if there are common or the same process, then send to different cell like this. So actually, in real world, many companies use this cellular layout. Other name, maybe they can use like a PIP, production in production. So same line, and then later send to a different line, type A, type B. So it can be a cell, or make another separate line like this. So the answer to the second question is using a cellular layout for the customization. And next one is the fixed position layout. Usually for big projects such as shipyards or build a house, the product is too large to move. So that case, the product is fixed, and then other the equipment and then workers go around the place around of the product. Another example of fixed position layout is an operation room in medical, in hospital, the operation room. The patient is fixed, and then doctors and the equipment work around like that. So shipyard, building a house in hospital, they use fixed position layout. Okay, I think that's all for tonight's lecture. I'm not sure why, but then tonight's 2 chapters, boring chapters. So it was bored. And then the network condition was not good. Maybe my condition also not good. So the assignment, remember the assignment for the next Tuesday, not for coming Thursday. Divya lead the discussion using group meeting. Before that, individually research why many warehouses in northeast Pennsylvania area. Any question? If not, see you on Thursday.
What was that again? What are we?
The assignment?
Yeah.
Okay. Individually find reason why so many warehouses or distribution centers in northeast Pennsylvania area. So along Interstate 81, I saw many the warehouse buildings. So there is a reason, location reason, why they locate warehouses in Northeast Pennsylvania area. So you can find the reason from whatever resource, like find the reason from internet, or if you know somebody related to that work, then ask why and so on. Okay, so I don't ask how many reason, but then maybe you can find one reason, two reasons, and so on. Then later, the VIA will contact you by email, make a group meeting like with using Zoom, whatever. So discuss with your classmates, and then make one list for group work. Okay, so it's like an I give you a chance to experience group work for the final project. Okay, any other question?
No.
Okay, thank you for coming, and see you on Thursday as
Good night.
usual. Okay,
Thank you.
thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Good night.